back in Week 3. The Condors dominated their first matchup against the Texans. Can Houston avoid the sweep? Find out next.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Sacramento Condors and the Houston Texans. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their mobile quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Colin Kaepernick.
A lot of defensive coordinators are up late the night before they take on Colin Kaepernick because they know he's not an easy man to scheme against. He can beat you with the big arm, taking shots downfield. Also beat you with his legs, either off of designed runs or in the passing game by improvising and taking off.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now Kaepernick. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Kwity Paye just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Hines now on the return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st down, Taylor, and just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Four yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up the 4th down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
Not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. Sacramento with the football here as we get set to begin quarter 2. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And he's got room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Here's Fields. Flush to his right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Justin Fields with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Condors have moved out in front. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack. Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter. I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run. Play action. It's Fields. He'll buy some time right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll only get a couple here, and that'll bring up 4th down, and they'll have time to talk things over as we have reached the 2-minute warning. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jonathan Grenard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Condors will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So we have reached halftime here. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. On first down, it's Fields. He'll get this one to Pittman.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Fields on first down. On the move to his left. Campbell making the catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Come on now, let's go. Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage, because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Fields. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. Third and long. It's Fields. Sliding out of the pocket. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around the sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I heard all the stories. I watched some of the tape of the old school guys, the throwback guys who were the punishing runners and knocked people aside to pick up yardage. I'm so glad I was sitting here today and got to see it with my own eyes.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. Michael Pittman. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Condors take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now Jones. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. To throw, it's Kaepernick. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now the ball comes loose.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, it's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
To throw, Kaepernick. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on... Fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A huge play there for Houston. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Kaepernick going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And it looks looks like this one won't work out. Hans team able to secure the football. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Fields, eluding the pressure right. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
To throw is Fields.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Michael Pittman
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Condors are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick.
That's how we do it,
It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on it before he got the quarterback on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's Kaepernick to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And this returnable for Hines.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here's Sacramento's offense once more. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. First and 10, Taylor now.
Bulldozes past him and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st down, it's Taylor. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds here.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Condors are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the 1st half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the 2nd half.
So for Sacramento, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll